Assalamu alaikum students. Today in transfer of heat, we are going to discuss the third mode of transfer of heat, that is the radiation. We have already, you see in this figure, we have already discussed conduction and convection, the first two modes that require the medium. You can see that conduction is just the pupil do not leave their place, but they passes the books onward. Just like conduction, the molecules do not leave its place. Convection, the molecules with the energy they move. They take the heat energy and they move and they carry the energy and form the convection current. Just like this boy, it carries the book toward the last. And the third and last mode of transfer of heat is radiation. You can see that in the book there is no movement, there is no medium. The this is thrown and the boy catches that. So that is a radiation. These are the three analogies we can use just to describe conduction, convection, and radiation. In radiation, we are going to describe radiation as emission or transmission of energy, consequences and everyday application of heat transfer. Explain that the rate of energy transfer is affected by color and texture of the surface, surface temperature, surface area. Describe greenhouse effect on the basis of heat radiation emitted by the sun. So first we are going to define what is radiation. So it is a process in which heat energy travels from system to another in the form of electromagnetic waves with no need of material medium. So in radiation, conduction and convection need the material medium, but radiation do not need the material medium. And the example is that the heat energy from the sun reaches the earth and there is a empty space, that is the vacuum in between them. Still we are receiving the heat energy from the sun. Heat is transferred by in this heat is transferred by electromagnetic waves. There is no direct contact between the substances. It is a method of transfer of heat that do not require any medium. It takes place in vacuum. The heat from the sun reaches us by radiation. Conduction and convection is not possible because of the vacuum between Earth and the sun. The sun emits the electromagnetic waves of different frequencies and wavelengths, but with the same speed. The part of spectrum, just the radiated by the sun, the part of the spectrum that make us feel warm is infrared waves or infrared radiation. So what is the spectrum? You can see this is the electromagnetic spectrum. In this spectrum, you see the waves of the different wavelengths and the frequency, and the where we feel warm is infrared radiation. So this is the portion where we experiences we feel heat energy. Heat is due to infrared waves is called radiant heat because the sun hot objects like hot iron, candle, uh, pan full of hot water, hot tea also emits some radiant heat. The hotter the object, the greater amount of the radiant heat emitted. So heat emitted by the any object, hot object is called the radiant heat, and the biggest source is the sun. Absorption of infrared radiation. Infrared radiation is absorbed by all objects and surfaces. The absorption causes the temperature to rise. Emission of infrared radiation. Infrared radiation is emitted by all objects and surfaces. The emission causes the temperature to fall. In general, a good emitter of radiant heat is also a good absorber of radiant heat. Conversely, a poor emitter of the radiant heat is also a poor absorber of the radiant heat. So you can see radiation. This is the heat is radiating. When we place our hand on any side of this stove, we will feel warm, and the heat from the flame reaches our hand on any side is due to radiation. And similarly, in a similar way, we are the heat from the sun is reaches the earth by radiation. Okay, now explain the rate of energy transfer is affected by color and texture of the surface, surface temperature, and surface area. So, first is the color and texture of the surface. We all know that the black surfaces are good emitters, and those who are the good emitters are also the good absorbers of heat energy. The more energy they absorb, the more energy they are going to emit. But we know that white, shiny surfaces are the good reflectors, but they are bad emitters. Since they are bad emitters, they are also the bad absorber of heat energy. Here you can see that these are representing the two black surfaces, and these are silvery coated shiny surfaces. When the incident radiant energy is on the black surface, you can see the thickness of the arrow. Most of it is absorbed and very less is radiated. Similarly, if obviously when it is going to absorb the heat energy, it is also a good emitter. It is going to emit the heat energy. You can see with the thickness of the arrow that it is emitting more heat energy, and it is retaining the less energy. But if the surfaces are silver coated, then if the incident heat radiant energy is mostly reflected back and very less is absorbed. And obviously, when it is a bad absorber, it is also a bad emitter of the heat. So the most of the heat is retained, and only a very little part of it is emitted. So we conclude that color and structures of the surface, black surfaces, rough surfaces, they absorb more, they are the good absorbers and the good emitters, while the smooth and shiny surfaces are the bad absorbers, uh, so hence bad emitters, but they are good reflectors of the heat. Here you can see the few examples of the radiation. This is an experiment showing that this is the two cogs are fixed on this plate by the wax. This is the dull black and this is the polished surface. Now, when it is provided the radiant energy, it is found that the uh, on the dull black surface, the wax melts first and this cork falls down. So this shows that the dull black surfaces are good absorber of heat, thus it melts the wax faster. Similarly, you can observe that the fuel tankers, these are used to carry the fuel to all the pumping stations and all uh, the cities, or in different cities. The fuel tank of the truck has silvery surface to reflect the radiant heat and keep the fuel. All the heat is reflected back. As we have seen, the silvery surface are bad absorber and bad emitter, but they are good reflectors. So shiny surface reflect all the heat and keeps the heat radiation and keeps the fuel inside the tank cool. Or this is another application. You see that teapot has a smooth and shiny surfaces. Smooth shiny surface are good reflectors, so it is a bad radiators. So they reflect the heat energy. They do not absorb the heat energy. Since they do not absorb the heat energy, so they are the bad radiator. Now this silvery surface reduces the rate of heat loss. Tea or coffee can be kept warm in the teapot. And again, why in the hot areas, the houses are also painted with white colors. Why? Because it is a good reflector and bad absorber and bad emitter of the heat energy. So it do not absorb heat energy, white color, and it reflects all the heat energy back to the environment. Now, application, the cooling fins at the back of the refrigerator are painted dull black because they absorb the heat energy, and since it is a good absorber, it radiated the heat energy to the surrounding. So we have already discussed shiny metal teapots and aluminum foil keep the content warm. Uh, Solar panels are the painted dull and black just to absorb more and more heat energy from the sun. Houses in house are countries are painted with white or light color to keep them cooler. A light color are also chosen for the clothes in the summer so that less heat is heat radiation, less radiation are absorbed by the light colors, and that keeps us cool. And car is also chosen with the light color. You can see the uniforms, white and light colored uniforms are commonly worn in hot climate play, because the white surfaces reflect heat well and poor absorber. This helps the students cool on the hot day. The space shuttle and the space suits of the astronaut are also white in color to reduce the heat gain and heat loss. And the solar panels we have already discussed, it is painted black to absorb the heat quickly from the sun, and black surfaces are good absorbers of the heat energy. Now the second is the surface temperature. The rate of heat transfer of energy by radiation also depends on the surface temperature. The higher the temperature of the surface of the object relative to the room temperature, the higher the rate of energy transfer. You can see that if the object is hotter than the surrounding, it will radiate more heat than it absorbs. If the object is cooler than the surrounding, it will absorb more heat energy than it radiates. The hot drink radiates more heat per unit time than the cold drink. It loses more heat more quickly to the surrounding than the cold drink. So this is for the surface temperature and for the surface area. This is the third factor which affects the rate of transfer of heat by radiation. If we compare two objects of the same mass and made of the same material but having different surface areas, the object with the larger surface area will emit infrared at a higher rate. This is due to this reason. You see, this is um, the radiator of a car. You can see the number of slots are made in the radiators to increase the surface area. So more is the surface area, and then the more heat will be emitted. Radiators are heat exchangers used to transfer thermal energy from one medium to another for the purpose of cooling and heating. The majority of the radiator are constructed to function in car, building, and electronics. So these are the three factors affecting. Now we are going to discuss the thermoflash. Okay, how in thermoflash all the three mode of transfer are minimized and it is reduced so that the things are inside them are can be kept hot or cold. Now you see these are the different parts of the thermoflask. First is the stopper. The stopper is made of cork or plastic. That is the heat insulators. Heat insulators are those who do not allow heat energy to pass through them. It can prevent heat loss and gain through conduction and convection. We know that conduction and convection need the medium. So these heat stopper is an insulator. So it do not allow heat energy to pass through them through convection and conduction. The second part is the vacuum wall, which in a thermoflask there is a tube inside it, and this tube has a two walls, and inside the two walls is a vacuum. The vacuum prevents, say, anything energy transfer through conduction and convection, because conduction and convection require the medium, uh, and require the medium, and there is conduction and convection is prevented by this vacuum. Now the third is the double glass shell. Now this double glass shell reduces the heat gain and loss by conduction because glass is an insulator. Silver coating. The silver coating reduces heat gain and loss by radiation. We have already discussed all the modes, that is all the things are reducing conduction and convection, but heat because radiation is not cannot be prevented by vacuum. It can radiate. It can reaches us through vacuum. So the silvery coating reduces the heat gain and loss by radiation, and it will reflect most the heat energy and will not exchange it with the surrounding. The last is the casting, that is the covering. Silvery or colored cases reduces the heat gain or loss by radiation. So this is the how the thermo flask reduces the conduction, convection, and radiation and keep the thing hot or cold inside it. Now, in this picture, uh, which hand do you think is experiencing heat transfer through radiation? Radiation, all the three can experience, especially the side ones. They are all these are receiving the heat energy by radiation only, and this one can also receive the heat energy by convection. In general, all three mechanisms may operate simultaneously. In ovens, air circulate by fan so as to transfer heat by forced convection. Similarly, heat is transferred by conduction from the shelf to the material in contact. And the third, heat also radiates from hot wall of the oven. So the three mechanisms can operate simultaneously. Examples of radiation: ultraviolet light from sun, heat from stove burner, visible light from a candle, X-rays from X-ray machine, alpha particles emitted from radioactive decay of uranium. Oh, the greenhouse effect. What is the greenhouse effect? That the sun, most of the radiation that is received, that is from the sun, is received by the earth, and it makes the earth warmer. But earth is much cooler than the sun, so it absorbs and it emits uh, wavelengths of bigger size, as the sun is emitting ultraviolet rays that is of small wavelengths, and the earth emits infrared radiation that is of longer wavelength. Some of them are passed back to the atmosphere, but many of them are uh, the infrared radiation pass through the atmosphere. Some is absorbed and re-emitted in all directions by the greenhouse molecule. This effect of is to warm the Earth's surface and the lower atmosphere. So yeah, infrared radiation is emitted by the Earth's surface too, but it is because of the greenhouse gases. They retain it and make our Earth's surface warmer. The sun powers Earth's climate, radiating energy at a very short wavelength. To this is the UV, that is ultraviolet rays. To balance the absorbing incoming energy, the Earth must, on average, radiate the same amount of energy back to space. Because Earth is much colder, the sun radiates at much longer. It radiates longer wavelengths, primarily in the infrared part of the spectrum. I have already showed you the spectrum, the infrared light, infrared part. Much of the thermal radiation emitted by land and ocean is absorbed by the atmosphere, including clouds, and re-radiate back to Earth. This is called the greenhouse effect. During the day, the sun heats up the Earth's atmosphere. At night, when the Earth cools down, the heat is radiated back into the atmosphere. During this process, the heat is absorbed by the greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and water vapors in the Earth's atmosphere. This is what makes the surface of the Earth warmer, and that makes the survival of living beings on the Earth possible. However, due to the increased level of greenhouse gases due to the human activities, primarily the burning of the fossil fuels and clearing of the forests, and have greatly intensified the natural greenhouse effect, causing the global warming. The temperature of the earth is increased considerably, which led to the several drastic effects uh, the glaciers, etc., they are melting at a faster rate. Greenhouse effect is also very helpful in growing plants. Energy from the sun in the form of ultraviolet and visible light passes through the glass of the greenhouse. As the light strikes the various surfaces inside the greenhouse, they are heated. These surfaces in turn re-radiate the heat in the form of infrared radiation that is of longer wavelength. However, the infrared radiations are blocked from escaping the glass. Thus, glass do not allow them to go back. Hence, these uh, these are trapped inside the greenhouse, and the greenhouse air heats up, and this causes the temperature inside the greenhouse to rise, and it is good for the plant growth. So this is all about radiation. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.